rolling. The way this works, guys, is we'll just start talking, and we'll kind of go down the road a little bit, and you guys just answer questions. And if you don't like what you're saying, just stop and start over, do it over, but try to finish your thought. Your thought. And that's probably the tough thing when we do this. When you get people that kind of bounce around, when we go to cut it, sometimes you're saying some great things, but we can't use it because we didn't get
the whole thought,
the context that it was in.
And just so you know, your arm was in the shot when you were
Great.
doing it. So yeah, there you go. So, right?
Perfect.
So I didn't know if you could use your hands or your tongue.
I'll stay. Yeah, I do. I'll stay back.
So just make sure you keep your line of sight with him.
Okay.
Yeah. So look at me and not the cameras, and then also, when I ask questions, like, "What's your favorite?" or whatever, it helps just to answer it, like restate the question.
Okay.
Yeah, and don't let it overwhelm you. I mean,
It's no big deal, right?
Yeah. If we feel like we need to have you restate it, we'll just have you restate it, or if you give. We're just gonna get talking about, and then continue where we were. I just need to see where I can stop. Maybe Jordan, first tell us.
There you go.
Oh, your
Get
scarf.
comfortable back here.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Okay.
There you go.
Jordan, tell us. I mean, it's been a while since you started. What got you into Special Olympics, and what was the interest? How did you get involved?
I got involved because I heard there's mostly great people, and I just wanted to try out because it was actually my mom told me I just heard one of my friends who were in Special Olympics, they told me about it. She's a girl, she told me about what is there. She told me there's basketball, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll go and try it out. And I did, and I liked it. So, yeah.
So how long have you been playing basketball?
For maybe 6 or 7, 8 years. I don't know. Years.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm gonna cut it real quick. I'm
Yeah.
getting a radio interference in the mic.
Okay.
Radio interference? Do you guys? You probably have one of those ham radios in the back, huh?
Do you have something heading down there, sir?
Okay. It's better now.
You okay?
Okay.
Do we need to get any of that still?
I'd have him repeat the last one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jordan, tell us how long you've been playing basketball.
7 years and
6, 7 years.
6, 7 years.
Yeah. What did you like about basketball when you were introduced to it?
Mostly the people. There are competitive people or more really scared kind of people who doesn't like to, and I just help them to get up to the hoop, or I just have a little fun with them, just get them going. So.
Awesome. Judy, tell us how once Jordan got involved.
Let's cut again. Just
Okay.
a second. I'm gonna get in that again.
Dang it, Jordan.
Let's change
Where's this
channel.
ham radio coming from, huh?
Not here, man.
It's not here.
Oh.
I don't have. I used to have one on my on my.
Sure.
He was downloading everything on his phone.
I used to have it on my phone, but I don't want it. I just do it for fun to see if any of my friends get pulled over. So that's why I have it. But I don't have it anymore.
Sure.
Is it the motor or something I'm hearing behind me?
No, it's a digital interference.
Okay. I'll come back to you, Jordan. Just tell us what sports you play that you compete in?
Basketball, soccer, snowshoeing, bowling, mostly track, but I don't do that anymore. And golf.
Awesome, that's fantastic. Let's have you repeat them and maybe say a statement like, I love to compete in, and then just list all the sports.
Okay. Mostly I like to repeat, and mostly soccer is my most favorite one, and basketball, it is my favorite one, but I like soccer more, because you got to run and just do fun. I try to make a goal and pass it to people. I don't pass it most of the time.
That's great.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Very good. Judy, so tell us, and it's kind of like when we got started, when Jordan got involved, how did you get involved and your family start to participate?
Well,
What's the special
at
Olympics?
first, I think you see the need. You see the need of what they need, that stimulus. They need that with others. And when he was younger, there was more than the school. You needed more than school. And so we just started getting him involved in those. He did start with some track, and then when he was younger, and then soccer, and the snowshoeing was a fun challenge for him. But it seemed that the more he got involved, the more socialization, self-worth, it builds self-worth. And it was kind of exciting. And then as more we got involved, and the more he got involved, and enjoying it, is we kind of gradually worked into volunteering more and more, and then kind of became our baby. So it was fun.
Then you get hooked. Yeah.
You do get hooked,
You get
and
pulled in.
when you think you're starting to get burned out, you get new athletes, and that kind of makes you remind you of why you got involved and what is needed. I mean, we have one athlete that was in a wheelchair, major situation, and another young man with Down syndrome, and so it was pretty amazing to watch them go from not being able to do anything to being able to walk again. And so those are the reasons you keep committed, keep fighting for them.
Yeah. How you doing?
We got those dogs barking in there. I don't know if
Is it gonna be tough?
We
it's
can put them
not.
outside. They're in the garage. That's why.
I just didn't know if they were yours or not.
Oh yeah, I have 4. We had 400.
Yeah.
If you did want to put them outside, that would be a little bit better. If not,
That'd be fine.
it's
I can
it's
do
not
that.
like it's not like we can't hear them. We can hear them, man.
Okay, good. You guys are doing awesome. Judy, as you've been involved over the years, what do you see that this, whether you call it athletic outlet or this opportunity, what do you see that it does for the athletes and the kids involved? And maybe start the statement out by mentioning the Special Olympics. Like what Special Olympics?
With Special Olympics, I see a lot of different things. You get someone that comes in that may be really shy or very quiet, maybe not that outgoing, and they develop friendships and a support structure with other athletes, and them cheering each other on. It's amazing what it sees them do. Their glow, the whole outlook changes. And it's amazing to me the different programs they have within Special Olympics that they can adapt even competitions to meet the needs of the athlete. If the event isn't listed, say on their competitions, we can adapt something for someone. We had an athlete who is outstanding in himself, Justin Tuft, and he could throw a ball very well, but they wouldn't let him compete because he shot it too far. And we just kind of go, that just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense because this guy's in a wheelchair. He had a major motorcycle accident. And so you just adapted. That's why I wrote something up. And so it was his own event, but let him throw the ball. You know, they were wanting to do the shot put instead because he threw it too far. And so, and then walking with his special walker was phenomenal, you know. So he could walk this long distance. Took him a while, but didn't know that they didn't even expect him to live. To see him walking is amazing, and to see how much he thrives on the attention. Or some of them just want to hear him cheering for him, and some will just sit there with their arms up in the air, yay, and they're forgetting about running because they're so excited at the attention they get. But it's a lot of fun, and I think even with Jordan's wants to coach now. He wants to be a coach now because he likes how they all are there, and he walks in a room and, hey, Jordan, and so they want him on his team, and so it's a good thing. It's a boost for all of them involved, I think.
What has this done for you as you've seen your son participate over the years? Or what's it like? Being involved, you know, on the admin side and, you know, the local level, but to be able to do it with your son while he competes.
Wow, it's exciting. It's just his siblings will come and cheer him on, and of course he always gives them a hard time, but it's neat to see how they change, the confidence they get. I can do that, whereas before they may have not thought that at all. And watching them being in the charge in the front of a race, and being the lead position, losing a snowshoe, and you can't help them. And that's really, it's very difficult because then they'll be disqualified. But watching them have to pick themselves back up and get that shoe back on and just finish, and watch everybody applauding the end of it, you know, that happened to Jordan one year. And he had some heavy competition up in Salt Lake, but they all were cheering him on. And to see that, what it builds inside and character of each individual is amazing to see.
That's awesome. Jordan, what's it been like to compete, but knowing your mom's right there the whole time, coaching and being involved in Special Olympics?
It's this.
You love me, I know, right?
Hopefully she helps. And it makes me kind of proud to see her to help other people and me to be not all mad and stuff. And it's just amazing when I see her on the opposite side, it makes me happy when she's there for me.
It's all good, huh?
It's awesome, Jordan. Appreciate that. You've been involved in a lot of different competitions and stuff. Is there one that sticks out? Maybe something weird happened or unexpected, and something that's memorable?
It's been a lot, huh?
Mostly bowling. it was this, when I was maybe, I helped volunteer over there before, and I can watch other people, and it's kind of amazing. And other people from different teams come and say hi to me, and then I just say hi back. And that just makes my day.
It's okay.
That's awesome.
It's pretty cool.
That's very
Well,
cool.
remember that one year that in basketball's so competitive. I mean, even more so than the soccer teams are. And they always want the gold, of course, right?
Yeah.
Remember that one year, our team, we have 3 different levels. And in this area, we have 3 basketball teams, approximately. And I usually train the one in middle level and the lower functioning. And there's sometimes we'll put the teams together. And what's kind of neat to see, they're all dying for that gold. And one year, it was amazing because we had got the gold, and the higher level team didn't get the gold, did they?
Mm-mm.
And then they all wanted to be on our team the next year, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And so that was a pretty cool year, right?
Yeah.
Was like 2 years ago? I think it was about 2
Yeah.
years ago it happened. And they were pretty fired up that year.
Your mom mentioned coaching, desire for coaching.
Yeah.
What is it that is drawing to you to want to coach?
It's this, I want to help coach basketball or soccer to get my own team up and do all that stuff.
Was it because you like helping the ones that
Yeah.
don't get it all the way?
Yeah.
Like, was it David
Yeah, David.
and Maddie and Macy? Remember?
Yeah, and Macy, and then it's fun. So when my friend Alex, he was on my basketball team, and me and him talked, so I was just saying to him, it would be cool to be a coach. And then I just told him but he had worked all the time, so I think I can maybe do it by myself, but yeah. It's when I just see my mom coach and everything. It's just once me, I wanted to try it out, just to see what it feels like. And
Yeah. You got some experience. I mean, you've been doing this for 10 years.
For quite a while,
Yeah,
and
quite a
every
while.
once in a while they'll have trainings up in Salt Lake, and I had one athlete that wanted to coach soccer, and he was a little bit more aggressive than I wanted, but I put him as the assistant the last 2 years, and he did really well. Pete, huh?
yeah,
And so I put him through the training up in Salt Lake, and so he gained that experience that he needed. And so it's really good. It's a good program. And with Jordan, he's already helped with the practice warm-ups. He'll lead him in exercises and things to get him warmed up to play a game. So it's pretty good.
So talk about, so as you got involved in Special Olympics and was it committees or was it the actual administration of Southern Utah? Or?
Well, initially we just started coaching.
Okay.
We just, you know, my husband was coaching. His job was more local then, and he started coaching basketball. And I'd assist with track and field, golf. Golf practices was in the heat of the summer. It was pretty awful, right? But we still did it. We still had a handful of golfers. So whenever they needed someone, then you just read the manuals and you do what needs to be done. And that's how we got started. And then gradually, when they didn't have someone doing something, then we'd jump in. And it's easy to get burnt out because you're doing the fundraising, you're doing transportation, the paperwork. And so then when my husband decided that he was going to take over, and because they didn't have anybody, what's called the head of delegation. Head of delegation takes care of the whole paperwork, getting people registered, and working out transportation, fundraising, etc. So the foundation of the company, the team. Down here, there has been there's a couple teams down here. I shouldn't say a couple. There's a few teams. We had some of the paid organizations. There's like Danville, Rise, different organizations. They have paid employees that may assist, but our team was a unique situation. We were all volunteer, and so we didn't have anybody that was getting paid. And so first we were just Snow Canyon. We started out just Snow Canyon, and that was pretty cool. And then they lost coaches on a few other teams, so we pulled those individuals into our team because they were always asking when the practices were. So then we just decided to unify those three teams. So we had students or clients or athletes, I guess you could say, from Pineview area, Dixie area, and our team. And so, we pulled them all together, and then we had the District Royals. And so, and that was just recently. The last couple of years, we changed the name to District Royals. So the whole district was involved. And so we have quite a large team. Depending on what the event is, well, there's about 50 athletes, approximate. There may be a few more, but depending on the event.
So District Royals, does that cover Iron County South? What does that cover?
Well, District Royals are actually all Washington County.
Okay.
But like I said, there are other teams. There's like Turn has a team. Turn is an
as in the Turn agency?
Right.
Yeah.
They have a team. Rise had a team, but theirs kind of isn't doing as well either. It's okay. Like I said, people get burnt out. And then there's who's the other one? Danville. Did I say Danville? Danville's another one. Chrysalis is another team. So these are all people that we'll compete against. And sometimes we pull them into our team for like basketball teams, depending on their level of sport, what they do or participate in.
Okay. So you talk about it's highly susceptible to getting burnt out. So with you being involved in so many years, what kept you going?
The athletes. I mean, once you get to know them, there's sometimes you just think, oh my gosh, summer is just hard for me because of my MS, but and I probably was diagnosed with MS about 10 years ago, and heat doesn't do well with me at all, and so summer events were my hardest. And so, but when you get out there and the athletes are just, to watch the joy on their faces, you become addicted. I mean, you got it. You know, you think, oh, I can't go to this practice. And you get there and you feel bad for thinking it because they make it all worthwhile. Anybody that gets involved, it's exciting. And And once you have that rapport with the athletes and you have the, I guess it's a love, becomes a family. And they'll call me on, Sundays to see what I'm doing. I mean, they'll call, like the polar plunge, usually we do the polar plunge. And it was a little hard on my MS last year, so I bowed out this year. But so we had a few athletes that were really, really excited to do the polar plunge, and so they did it. And so it's kind of exciting. They love to be involved in fundraising as well. We have Harmons that helps a lot, and we'll be doing root beer floats over at Harmons. And I actually stepped down, but no one stepped up, so I'm still here. And so the fundraiser, they love doing it. So like I said, there's a need, and when you realize that some of these athletes don't have anything else. I mean, they're out of school, they don't have jobs, and they need the stimulus. They need the partnership, or whatever you want to call it, but they just need to be out of the home, I guess you could say, and to see how much there is that need. That's why you keep doing it.
Fantastic. With us being in southern Utah, can you see any ties with athletes or other volunteers and sponsors? We just start thinking about what makes it special about being involved in Special Olympics, but in southern Utah. Is there anything that you can see that is unique?
I think down here, the teams work together, and I think usually they're just a team, and I think that's why so many of us have stuck with it so long, is because we work together, and we'll have a practice. Say track practice starts, and there's some of us teams, like my team and Rise, and we'll pull together, and so we can help each other. And I don't think they have that as much up north as we do down here. And we understand the situation, we understand how you feel, you get frustrated, and because they all have getting the volunteers is always difficult to help. And so when you have people that you can help each other out, transporting, it's a major deal. And so we'll work together to get transportation together or fundraise together, whatever needs to be done. So it's pretty neat, huh? And so then they get to know the other athletes that way too.
That's fantastic. Do you need to stretch, Jordan? How's your back holding up?
Oh, that's fine.
You doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay. You still in
You
frame?
shrunk.
Okay. Oh, I keep moving. Okay, great. Judy, can you talk about, you kind of talked about we started out as coaching and we kind of got more involved. And I know you stepped down, and I don't know if we need to talk about that so much, but I'm curious on if you could talk about what you and your husband are doing, and Jordan going out to Washington, and talk about that not only you could be an athlete, but you guys are pretty involved in public policy or just being an advocate, what that means.
It's kind of being an advocate, I guess you could say. I know when we first moved to Utah, we were in Arizona, and he was just little, Jordan was just little then, but the situation was they taught you how to advocate for special needs issues, and I think that helped our motivation. And so when we moved here, I became involved with was Utah Governor's Council for People with Disabilities, because I was quite upset over a few issues, and I became quite outspoken. And actually, the schools were pretty afraid of me, because I knew from what I learned in Arizona that these people have rights, and you're just gonna fight for what's needed. And what is important for equal education, for whatever. And that kind of got the ball rolling. But then with Special Olympics, it's not just the athletic part of Special Olympics. They do so much more in the issues of, my husband is an audiologist by trade, but he sits on, I forget, I don't know, the board, and helps them do what's called healthy athlete screening. During the major events up in Salt Lake, when they go for the state games, they do health screenings. And so, and he assists with that. They have an amazing program. They'll test their hearing, seeing the need of what they need, if it's hearing instruments, glasses. They have people and they provide the glasses that free of charge to the athlete. So there's more involved in that way. And just in the last few months, they had called and asked if Jordan and my husband Ray would go back to Washington, D.C. to represent Utah and to meet with the Senate and whatever. You know, I don't understand who they're going to see, but they're going back. I don't know, it's during legislation or whatever, but they're going to go back and tell them that they need the funding. They still need to help in these areas, right? Mm-hmm. And so, and they'll help them, train them to what they have to say and what they need to do, but it's pretty exciting.
That is exciting. I've been involved on that side for other things too, and can be nervous at first, but you seem pretty confident, and I bet you'll do awesome. So when is that? Just a few weeks?
He's going to be leaving on the 16th of March.
Okay.
They'll be there that whole week.
So it'll be towards the end of the session.
Mm-hmm,
so,
yeah.
Good. Tell me, you know, I liked a lot of the parts in there. If you could maybe go back and maybe say it again, but I like how you mentioned what your husband, audiologist by trade, some of the things that he's doing. If you could just repeat that again.
Okay.
And then tie that right into going to Washington.
Okay. My husband is an audiologist by trade. He works for a hearing company, but they got him involved in Healthy Athlete, which is a program that Special Olympics does, and in conjunction with their major events. And so in summer games, fall games, they have a tent set up that have different individuals. If it's dental, hearing, they'll even have foot doctors. They'll have, what else did I miss? And eye doctors. And what they do is they need funding, and so they had asked my husband and Jordan if they would go back to Washington, D.C. to represent Utah for meeting with Senate and legislative people on the issues of the funding, and to keep that funding coming, or get the funding for Special Olympics and what they do. So it's kind of an exciting event, and it's a new thing for Jordan, stepping out there, so it's pretty good.
That's awesome. Guys, do you have any thoughts? You think of any questions?
Do you like living in St. George?
Oh, we love it.
Tell us why.
Me, I love it just because I grew up in New York, and I'm not too much on city life, but and so I just love the mountains, the nature. That's kind of my big thing. I like that. Why do you like it?
I liked it. I liked it here because it's nice, and because mostly where I lift before when I was 5. I didn't like it there because I had some friends, but they were older than me, but mostly. And then when I moved here, I liked it here better than Phoenix. I had a friend I met. He used to live right behind me, and we've been best friends since high school, and so, and I love it because I love it here because it's nice. We get snow, and
it's a rare thing.
Yeah, and mostly rain, but mostly I don't like the thunder and lightning because it kind of freaks me out. So yeah, it's fun.
Awesome. Before we go on, how you doing?
Oh, good.
Okay.
We're getting a little bit of that,
A
but
little bit?
yeah.
Okay. I like what you said, Judy. If I could just get a statement and say, you know, we love being here in St. George. Then we could put that in front of everything else you said.
Okay. We really love being in St. George. Santa Clara to be precise, but I just love it. It's peaceful and it needs to be, and it's an amazing place.
I have one thing I think.
Yeah, go for it, Keith.
When you started talking about what keeps you going, you know, the athletes and like the looks on their faces and stuff. If we could get that statement one more time, if you could just restate it and say, what keeps me going is, and then just kind of finish out that thought.
Okay.
If we could just get that, I think that'd be great.
Thanks.
What keeps me going with Special Olympics is the look on those athletes' faces when they're... Try it again. Okay, ready? What keeps me going with Special Olympics is it could be getting a new athlete. It could be just watching the success on their faces of being happy, being excited that they won or just finished a race is the most amazing thing to see.
Great. Cool. I know we got it from Jordan. I'd like to get it from you. Just if you could kind of briefly just describe the scope of sports that are played and what the kids participate in.
Okay. They change the schedule each year, what they're going to participate in, but the athletes in Special Olympic have different events that they participate in. There's the basketball, which is a high one, big one. Bocce, which most people don't know about, which is amazing in Italian yard bowling. And swimming, we have soccer, track and field. They've had cycling. They have golf and snowshoeing. They have had bowling in the past, which is a high one that they all love to participate in. I can't think about it. I think that's about it right now. What's amazing, we've had on our team, the District Royals, we had 2 athletes that just recently went to national competition. One a cyclist and one a runner, and got golds, and it was pretty amazing to have them go back. They went to New Jersey, so that was pretty amazing too.
Oh, that's fantastic. Let's see. I have one more thing. If you could, I'm just starting to like piece the story in my head, and I think what would help with some transition is maybe a statement along the lines of how you're involved. I know your time's done.
Yeah, right.
But maybe how you had been involved in the past years, and not like a full description, but just I'm coach and I help fundraising and during that time I've also been able to watch my son Jordan compete and maybe list a few of these events that he's good at.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a lot. I hope I remember
Okay.
it all. Special Olympics. Let's see, what are we gonna say first? Let me think of that. Let me think through this a minute. Tell me again.
Yeah, just, you know, over the last, you know, over the last few years, I've been able to coach in Special Olympics and,
Oh, okay, I got it.
and fundraise and be involved. And I've also had the pleasure of watching my son compete at a high level,
Okay.
something like that.
Through the many years that we've been involved as parents, as head of delegation for Special Olympics, for helping with fundraising, helping with special events, trying to, with events such as we did something for Swiss Days. I was trying to get more volunteers, so I thought, oh, this is a good opportunity. And we even did a float in a parade. We've done booths to help awareness, and we have done torch runs with the police department. We have also done polar plunges, which were crazy, but we did them. And watching Jordan compete kind of kept us motivated and kept going. It was totally exciting, and it just keeps going. You just get addicted, I guess you could say.
Okay. Anything in your mind, Malcolm? Or Keith? Casey?
I think I got everything.
Okay, pretty good. What we like to do at the end of these videos, it's not a, what is it? It's just a statement that kind of ties all these videos together. The initiative is that we can all bank on Southern Utah because it's, you know, it's a special place and there's great people here, and that's what we're trying to tell, stories of all these different angles, unique things that make Southern Utah special. So if you're okay, we'd love to get a statement saying I'm Judy and I'm Jordan. I'm Judy and my son Jordan, and we bank on Southern Utah.
Okay.
And maybe before you do that,
Got it.
I'm just trying to think. So you because you're kind of bowing out, you probably don't want to say you're with Special Olympics, do you? Or can you say?
Oh, I can. I can.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that'd be great.
Because I'm still willing to coach, but I just don't want
You
coach.
still represent them, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Probably always.
Yeah, you always
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
I don't think you're
I think
getting
that's
out
why
of
they're hoping that I will rescind my statement
it. Yeah.
that I wanted to quit. But yeah. Okay, Jordan, you ready? Okay. I'm Judy Jolly, and this is Jordan, my son. We love. I'll have to start over again. My MS is kicking in.
Yeah.
I have problems with my speech.
Are you okay?
MS.
The noise of your glasses is
It's
kinda-
driving you nuts.
Well, we're just picking it up.
Okay.
You doing okay?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Oh, you're gonna do it?
Yeah.
You think
Well-
you can do it?
We'll get a bunch of them, so it'd be
Okay.
great.
Go ahead.
Jordan.
You
Yeah,
now
go
give me a
ahead,
break.
Jordan.
That's good.
Okay. I'm Jordan Jolly, and this is my mom, Judy Jolly, and
We bank on Southern Utah.
we bank in Southern Utah.
There you go. Do it a couple more times,
Yeah.
okay?
Okay.
And
That was
bank
great.
on Southern Utah.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'm Jordan Jolly, and this is my mom, Judy Jolly, and we bank on Center Utah.
Almost. Neat. Okay.
That was good. That was good, Jordan.
Click.
Do it
Great,
again.
Jordan.
We bank on Southern Utah.
I'm Jordan Jolly, and this is my mom, Judy Jolly, and we bank on Center Utah.
Good try. Okay, ready? We're gonna do it one more time. I think I'm ready now. Okay? So you sit tall, don't slouch. There you go. See, it's amazing. 2 feet more when he gets up. I'm Judy Jolly, and this is Jordan, my son. And we love living here in Southern Utah. The people are the best, and We bank on Southern Utah.
Okay, great. We'll probably have you look at me when you do that.
Okay.
Do another one. And I love that whole one. Let's get one that's just more simple.
Simple.
Just your name with Special Olympics, and we bank on Southern Utah.
I'm Judy Jolly. Okay.
I'm Judy Jolly. This is my son Jordan.
Okay.
We're with the Special Olympics, and we bank on Southern Utah.
I'm Judy Jolly, and this is Jordan Jolly, and we're with Special Olympics, and we bank on Southern Utah.
Great.
Let's do it probably one or two more times.
One more
I think
time?
we got
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay. This is crazy, Jordan.
The
Okay.
last one was perfect. Just like
Okay. I'm Judy Jolly, and this is Jordan Jolly, and we bank on Southern Utah.
Great. Keith, you make the call. One more.
Let's do one more. Let's
Okay.
have you say this is. I like when you say this is my son Jordan.
Okay.
I like that. What about you?
Yeah.
I'm Judy Jolly, and this is my son Jordan Jolly from Special Olympics, and we bank on Southern Utah.
Great.
Like we got a bunch of mixes.
Yeah.
Sometimes he was sitting down.
What are you doing?
Sometimes he was sitting down. And so like the last
Did
one
he
it's like
shrink?
your head and him.
Okay, sit middle.
We've got right.
We got what we need, right?
We've got two angles. So.